All right, Will Perez joins us here. He's a lifelong Cowboys fan. He's also a student at the University of Dayton, calling in today. Will, how are you feeling after the tough loss last night to Green Bay?
Not too good, to be honest. I really thought we had a great season, going 13-3, one of the best I've seen in my lifetime. Going in with home field advantage and a first-round bye in playoffs. I really saw it coming in refreshed. We'd come out fast against a beat-up Green Bay, and it just really did not work out that well. It turned out to be too little too late.
Yeah, I think getting down early, settling for a couple field goals early on in the game kind of did them in, because then they had to play catch-up. Now, I have to tell you, though, I had the chance to interview Jerry Jones today, the owner of the Cowboys. But I said, no, give me Perez. I want Perez, all right? So you better live up to the expectations. You better live up to it.
I appreciate it.
So, did you punch your TV, or were you one of those people that went viral all over social media last night?
No, I wasn't, but I don't know if you saw the Cowboys fan that got a Super Bowl 51 tattoo on him. So I feel like he probably wasn't feeling too good after the game as well. But no, I try not to break anything. It took a lot of heat from some friends, but it happens.
Oh, it's all part of the experience. I've taken some L's in my life as well. I said mid-season that if the Cowboys make it to the Super Bowl in Houston, that it would be Tony Romo who would lead them. Obviously, we'll never know what would have happened if Romo was the guy in there, but your thoughts on Dak and Romo and the whole situation?
Yeah, so overall, if you look at it this way, Tony Romo went down. He was our number one guy. Kellen Moore was actually the backup at number 2. And at the beginning of training camp, Prescott was number 3. So as many quarterbacks as we went through last year with Romo hurt, I really think we exceeded expectations from the beginning of the year. And obviously having, an excellent offensive line and Ezekiel Elliott having the year he had, I think that helps Prescott out a lot. We'll see what happens with Romo. I don't think he'll be there next year. It's going to be sad to see him go. Would have been interesting to see if he was healthy all year, how well we would have done. He got a little play time in Philly, week 17, looked really sharp, scored on his only drive. So, guess we'll never know. But the future's looking good with Dak. So, we'll see what happens next year.
Yeah, I think I think the future's looking pretty good for you guys. So, you willing to give any Super Bowl predictions for next year, anything? And what do you say to a fan of an opposing team that says the Cowboys will never get over the hump? They might have a good regular season, but they'll always blow it in the end.
Yeah, so I would say, next year we'll be coming back stronger actually. This season was just a building block with all the young talent we have on our team, and we got more guys coming back. I don't know if you remember, we drafted Jalen Smith, the linebacker from Notre Dame, in the second round.
Yep.
He'll be healthy, ready to go next year. He could potentially be the best player coming out of our draft class. So we'll see what happens. I think if Romo were to leave, all the freed up cap space would allow for us to go after some solid free agent acquisitions on the defensive end, whether that be D-line or defensive backs. But I think what it comes down to is next year we just got to sell out. We're going to have some good young players that aren't going to be rookies anymore. So I really think it'll be Super Bowl or bust. We'll see what happens. We got Jason Witten kind of coming to the end of his career, maybe a year or two left. I really think he's one of the all-time great Cowboys. He really deserves a Super Bowl. He's one of the best to ever play the game. So it'd be good to see him go out on top like that. So we'll see what happens.
Last question. What were you thinking with 35 seconds to go? Did you think it was a little too much time left on the clock for Aaron Rodgers to go to work?
Yeah. Looking at the Cowboys' final offensive drive, obviously you do want to go for the touchdowns so that you could go for the win. Or if Aaron Rodgers has time, he'll have to get a touchdown, not a field goal. So that was their goal. which is why on that their last 4 downs, that 3rd and 1, third and short, they threw instead of ran the ball with a unreal offensive line in Ezekiel Elliott. That would have been able to roll the clock down, and we could get a field goal. When Aaron Rodgers had the ball, Jeff Heath had a nice sack on him that kind of pushed them back after a big play, and I really thought, this thing is going to go to overtime. Unfortunately, Aaron Rodgers made a hell of a play. I don't know anyone that could make a throw like that. He makes it look effortless. It's really incredible what he's doing this year. I expect either him or Matt Ryan to be MVPs. So as hot as they are, I don't know. I think the winner of the NFC will come out on top in the Super Bowl, but both teams are looking tough.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, when he gets out of that pocket, is too dangerous. After the sack, I thought we'd be going to overtime, but man, he always just has one more thing in his back pocket. Will Perez, student at Dayton University. Like I said, I turned down Jerry Jones today to interview him. Definitely, he lived up to the expectations. Will, thanks for joining us here on Sayf At The Plate.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.